Hey, how's it going? Jeff Lerner here. And I just want to take a sec to talk about something that happened to me online. So I've been online now for about 10 years. It took me a couple years to kind of get my bearings and figure out what I was doing. But for most of the last 10 years, I've been, by most standards, I've been really kicking butt on the internet, making great money, have a great lifestyle, get to travel, get to meet cool people, get to do fun stuff all the time. I'm down in the Cayman Islands at the Ritz-Carlton, just chilling for a few days with some friends that are also online entrepreneurs. It's a pretty great life, and I've been doing it for a long time, and I've been evangelizing about it now for a while too. I've been telling people like, look, this is a real thing. This is out there. You should try this. You should learn about it, at least become informed, at least become educated. And it's crazy the reactions that I get from people. So there's this one guy who I used to play in a band with. Like I used to be a musician, and I was actually out of work because I hurt my hand. I couldn't play enough gigs to support myself. I had tried to start a traditional business, and I lost all my money on this sandwich restaurant, and I was in a world of hurt like 10 years ago. Anyway, so then I kind of got back on my feet, and I started, back then it was like blogging. I did more blogging. Like YouTube wasn't like as big a thing. Facebook didn't even have videos back then. But anyway, I started, producing content about like this, what's possible. And this guy I used to be in a band with who was a real cynic. He posted on one of my videos something like, Jeff, you are a foolish, arrogant person. And the thing is, I was just making videos about how like, look, you have choices, you have options. If you're poor, do something about it. It doesn't mean there aren't compelling reasons why you're poor. There aren't circumstances beyond your control that contributed to your situation, but get empowered. Wallowing in it isn't doing you any good. Get informed, take affiliate marketing. Anybody that wants to can go join Amazon's affiliate program right now and start affiliate marketing and make a little bit of extra money for zero cost using free tools. E-commerce, consulting, or info marketing, create a course. There's so much you can do on the internet. I was trying to empower and inspire, but people have different reactions. His response was that I was foolish and arrogant, and I just didn't understand. You get to a point where you're like, okay, look, my mission is to throw this stuff out there and try to serve the world. I believe in what Gandhi says, be the change you want to see in the world, and I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna be it. I'm just gonna live it. Some people are gonna like it, some people aren't. So I didn't see his comment until like 3 or 4 years later. It was years later, and it was actually just several months ago I saw his comment, and I'm like, really? This was my old bandmate. We were supposed to be like homeboys for life, right? Once you're in a band together, I had more invested in the relationship than he did or something. So anyway, he posted this really negative like hater comment on my thing, and normally I just brush that stuff off, but this was a longtime friend of mine, someone I always figured if I bumped into him someday we'd reconnect and have a beer or something. So I looked him up online and I started looking at his life, and he hadn't had an easy go of it, and at first I was tempted to just go like tear him apart and tell him what a dumbass he was and how he just didn't, he was his own worst enemy and blah blah blah. But that's the lowest part of ourselves, rebelling. That's our own insecurity. That's our own fear-based response. And so anyway, I went and looked him up, and I was going to send him a nice note. But then I'm like, he doesn't want to hear from me. He didn't respond to me. He didn't attack me personally. He just attacked the idea of what I was saying and perhaps what it meant for him or how it landed with him on that given day. Like it turned out he had actually had a flood in his house. Houston had like the most disastrous flood in world history from an economic standpoint. By the time I found it, it was long over with, and he had moved on. He had to gut his house. He lost all his stuff. But the thing he hadn't been able to replace was his eyeglasses. He had some really expensive pair of eyeglasses. I don't know, it was like $400 or $500. And he actually started a GoFundMe to get new eyeglasses. I think like one person had donated like $20. I just bought him new eyeglasses. I made it anonymous so nobody could see it was me, but I did submit a note that was like, hey, so-and-so, I see you had some trouble. I hope this helps. It's been a long time. Hope you're doing well. And I didn't reference the comment. I didn't, let him know that I had seen what he said, that I was foolish and arrogant. He never came back and said, I was wrong, or I take it all back, or like it never got, the bell never got unrung. But he did send me a thank you note and said, like, it's nice to hear from you too. I feel great about it. I feel great about it for, I guess, a couple reasons. One, because, there's a part of me that's like, oh, I showed him, right? But that's not the best part of me. I think the best part of me is like, I helped him see that at least there's more layers to his perception than what he saw before. That it's not rich and poor, it's not haves and have-nots. We're all humans, we're all on a continuum. Some of us are doing better than others in different areas of our lives at different times, and in a different day it could be reversed. And that at the end of the day, I value the connection that we had at one point in our lives, and I always will. And that if I was in a position to be, a force for good in his life, then that was something I was moved to do. And maybe there's something he can take from that. Maybe there's something you can take from that. I know there's something that I took from that. So thanks for your time here. Obviously, I make a living selling stuff online, but more than anything, I just love sharing and connecting and spreading this message of possibility and what the internet can do and the life that it can make possible. If that's anything you resonate with, let me know below, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks so much. Take care.